Alright guys, welcome to another TibEd tutorial. So today we're gonna talk about something that I've wanted for a while, and that is the differences between weapons and warheads. And there is a big one. So you definitely gotta understand how to work with these two, because otherwise you might just screw things up. So let's see what weapons are first of all. If we go to the units tab and select a unit here, whatever. Let's try. Let's try the Stealth Raider. Why not? And we go to the weapons. We see that a primary weapon is set to a value which is HMG. Now you can obviously scroll to a list of weapons that are defined in the weapons section, but we're not gonna change it. We're gonna let it right as it is right now. So that's the weapon, the primary weapon of this unit. Now talk about secondary weapon. This is kind of confusing, but you can try to understand by going to the Sardukar, for example. Where is it? Okay, so the Sardukar has both a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. And 1 second, someone's. Alright, not really important for the moment. So, this Sardukar has a primary and a secondary weapon. The difference is obviously in damage and in what type of units each weapon affects. So this one is probably looking at the letters, this should be light machine gun or something, and this one would be heavy machine gun. So I'm pretty sure the first one affects infantry, while the second one affects vehicles. But we can find this out very easily to see which one affects which one by working with warheads, because those are the ones who tell a weapon how much damage in percents it does to a certain type of units. Alright, so let's try to locate this M underscore LMG in the weapons section. Okay, here it is. Now we got a few properties here for this weapon. We got the damage, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can set this to whatever you want, a value. We're just gonna let it for now to this one, which is the default. Explosion, I didn't change this one except for one time when it crashed my game, so I don't know, it's not really important, honestly. Firing sound, also, if you want to change it to something else, probably this shouldn't crash your game, I don't know. Didn't work with it so far. Inf death, I'm pretty sure this is, when infantry die, there are certain animations displayed depending on the way they die. So if they die in an explosion, they're gonna just explode. If they die hit by bullets, they're just gonna die like normally. So that's probably what this number is referring to. Projectile speed, well, if you wanted to get yeah, so 95 is instant, like the combat tank or stuff like that. And the lower you go, the slower projectile will be. And instant hit, you need, if you are using 95 here, then you definitely need to set this one to yes, because otherwise it's not gonna instant hit, which is the name of this property. Is anti-aircraft, uh, yeah, if this weapon can shoot aircraft like the missile tank, because that one can hit aircraft. The range, also we gotta work with this if you really want. Increase or decrease the range. Trail, um, I'm not sure. I didn't work with it, but I'm assuming it's the the effect that it's showing when it shoots. And excuse me. So we got to the warhead, and this is very important. Probably the damage and warhead are probably the most important from this section, because those are the ones who tell the game how much damage in real it does to certain type of units. So you can see a bunch of warheads here, not as many as the weapons are. So remember, warheads are fewer than weapons. Okay, so this one is using W_bullet. So let's go to the warheads section and see what this shit is doing. Go here and click warheads, and where is it? Bullet. Alright, so damage versus armor types. So now that we got here, I'm pretty sure you finally understand the difference between weapons and warheads. So the weapon is dealing a certain amount of damage, the one that you are setting up, right? Alright, so that damage will not be the same against all type of armors. And what a type of armor is? Well, building, wood, which is for light vehicles, I think, or no, for missile tank, for example. I'm pretty sure missile tank has the wood type of armor. So those paper-made vehicles, as some people call them, those that die so fast, see, it has a pretty big percent here. So these are percents. It's very important. Has quite a big percent against wood, which means that, for example, a missile tank is using. Let's go to the missile tank and see. Missile tank is having. Now, where is that armor thing? Okay, here it is. Wood. Yes, has wood. So you can go ahead using the who uses what browser and see who uses that armor, for example, or not armor, but you can see who uses which weapon. And you're probably gonna need this browser when you're editing warheads, because many units are using the same warhead. So if you're wanting only one specific unit to have different damage, you really need to know which one affects which one. So this browser is very useful for that, but we're going off topic right now. It's not the point of this discussion. So back to the warheads. You can just play with these percents here depending what you want. Invulnerable means that it's invulnerable, so obviously we're going to put this to 0, as it does 0 damage. So this percent is being taken from the damage, which is right here, 125. Sorry again, pretty sick. So that's pretty much about it, I guess. We have a bunch of unknown bytes here. I don't know what they are. Again, if someone from YouTube or something knows, leave a comment. Some people did in my last or first tutorial, and I wanted to thank you for that. And yeah, so that's what warheads and weapons are. They must be linked, and you gotta pay attention to the way that you are linking them. So for example, let's say that we want to do the Sardukar do very much damage against heavy vehicles, and if you would go here and set this to 1 billion, probably do big damage, but it will not do the 1 billion or whatever you are setting here. It will do only 20% of this value to heavy vehicles. So you gotta go to the warheads. First of all, obviously, note what warhead this weapon is using. In our case, it's W_bullet. Go to the warheads, browse that specific one, and if you want it to do 1 billion damage against heavy vehicles, you're gonna set this to 100. So it does 100% damage to heavy vehicles. So I really hope you understood this philosophy, because I've got a few private messages from users um, asking me how can they use these two sections. They were kind of confusing them, so that's how you do it. Hope you understood now. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we're gonna see each other again, or hear each other again in later tutorials. So bye, and excuse me for not talking that normally, but I'm a bit sick. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya.